Hello, and welcome to the Three Stitches podcast. This is episode 147. Welcome back. It's a day late. I'm sorry. I really am. Michelle here. Plurk on Plurk, on Knit a Little, on Google Plus. Just about everywhere else. I'm Knit a Little. Yeah, that's me. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know where to start. I really don't. I'm going to start with a sip of tea. I'm not going to drink it during the whole episode, but it's windy. It is icky out. Everybody needs something to hang on to, and this is it for me. Great big thank you. I still have the froggy in the throat because of all the allergens outside. It's just bad. It's just bad outside. And I have allergies, so this is what you're going to hear. Okay, long and short of it, I have a lot of thank yous out there. Thank you for everyone who had their fingers crossed, were saying prayers. Hubby got home safe from Dallas. And why did he go to Dallas, might you ask? Well, hubby had a job interview. And to make a long story short, he took it. I am so happy that he took it. I am so happy that we have stability and that hubby has a job. There's pluses and minuses. The job is in Dallas. And it was really hard for me. I thought the man would fly. I mean, if it was me, I'd fly. I'd rent a car. He's not me. So he drove our little Aveo for 10 hours. He drove. I can imagine. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not me, but he had no complaints. He did a great job. He was safe. If anybody knows El Paso, there's a checkpoint on, I think it's I-20. I'm not a big driver, but on the way to Dallas, there is a checkpoint that the Border Patrol pulls you over and asks you, I don't know what they're looking for. I really don't know. I've been through it countless times, and I think it's just a huge waste of time. But people are gainfully employed, so I guess, you gotta be tolerant. He had to wait there an hour and a half, and he wasn't even pulled over to secondary inspection. That was an hour and a half to get to the first inspection. So he made crappy time on the way. And so he was not in the best of moods driving all the way to Dallas. Well, I should really back that up. It was in Fort Worth, not Dallas. I always say Dallas-Fort Worth. I've been corrected. It should be Fort Worth. So I am trying very hard to say Fort Worth and not Dallas. Got there. Lovely town. Lovely. Everyone treated him wonderfully. It was a nail biter, whether or not he was going to get the job, because of a lot of different things. Maybe it was more of a nail biter for me than him, because he was in the middle of the interview and he was calm, cool, and collected, and I was a basket case. I was literally falling to pieces. As people on Plurk will attest to, I was falling to pieces. Not knowing is a killer for me. I needed to know. He and his new boss went to dinner, and they haggled. They really didn't haggle too much about money. At the end of the dinner, he had a job. So, my husband, who leaves a job of 35 years this Wednesday, it's a sad thing that he's going to be, leaving some very good friends, very, very good friends. He will leave Wednesday, and either the end of May or the beginning of June, he will move first to Fort Wayne and find a place for us. And I get the lovely job of packing up, getting the house ready to sell here. And we will be leaving a home that we've had for 8 years. This is the only home that Rachel and Justin have ever known. I have to tell you, that is pulling on my heartstrings right now. Now, I thought I knew my kids. And it turns out I know 3 of the 2 very well. The 2 youngest, whoo, they threw me for a loop. Yeah, a big, big loop. I thought it was going to be a no-brainer. Sorry, the voices. All the crap out in there, it's my voice. I thought Justin was going to just be like a duck on water. Yeah, whatever you want, Mom. No. We're in the car, and Rachel's asking questions because I told her before I told her baby brother, which was not a good idea on my part. And I hear, I thought it was Rachel. It was Justin. What's the matter, Boog? Mommy, do we gotta leave? Yeah, honey, we're gonna have to go. I wanna leave. I said, honey, this is your daddy's job. We follow where daddy goes. I don't really want to leave my friends, Mommy. I'm sorry, I'm leaving my friends too. So, we said this right before we go to grocery shopping. We're going through Albertsons, and you're, and people are looking at me like, what did you do this show? I'm like, I just told him we're moving. Oh! They look at me as if I'm the worst parent in the world. My heart is breaking. All I can do is hug him. But the good point is, we were in the dairy section. He looked at me and he goes, are you okay with moving, Mommy? And I said, honey, I have to be. And he says, then I guess if you can do it, I can do it too. And I said, that's my boy. I'm really proud of you. And he just kind of straightened up and he said, I can handle this. I'm not 6 months anymore. I'm 8 years old. Whew. And I haven't had a problem from him since. Rachel, on the other hand, I knew she was going to be hard about this. But I did not know she was going to give me as much of a problem as she is. She looks me in the eye and she says, does this mean I have to leave ballet? And I said, honey, unless you want to commute back to El Paso 3 days a week, yes, we have to leave. And she's like, I don't want to go. I know, honey. And she had some boohoo moments. She had some teary-eyed moments and everything. And in a way, this is a blessing that we're going to go. Her ballet teacher is late 80s. The woman is a firecracker, but in the past 2 years, we've seen a steady decline in her health. I think it would be worse for Rachel to be around for the end of this wonderful lady. So by us leaving, I don't think she has to see more of a steady decline, sorry. So I'm looking at the rainbow. Rachel's looking at the muddy bottom. We're trying very hard to get her to look at the rainbow, but we're going to get her there. She's already said that, we have to move, so we have to look at the bright side. And she is putting together a booklet of everyone's websites and phone numbers, and she's going to keep in contact. And we have already told her that she can call Mrs. D once a week, and they can chat, which they will. A 80-plus-year-old woman and a 11, soon to be 12-year-old child can talk for hours. Hours. And I know her ballet teacher will be 100% behind me. She always has. Every decision that I have made, she has backed me up. She's never, ever said I wouldn't have done it that way. So I think it's going to be a good move in the end. And Rachel will have a pen pal because her teacher informs me that she's an avid letter writer. And I think that's a lost art. And I think Rachel will find a new friendship with her ballet teacher. And I got to find her a new ballet studio in Fort Worth. So if you know a good ballet studio where they don't yell, I won't let a teacher yell at my child to do ballet. I don't care. I don't. Let me know, eh? John is stoked about the job. He is taking a position that he held at a similar stage of his life when we were over in Australia. He'll be doing the same thing. And I have to tell you, that was the best job he ever had. He doesn't think he's a people person, but he is. He really is. He can make you laugh, and he doesn't yell at employees. He says, look, you may have screwed up. Let's get it worked. Let's you and I work this through. And that's a good thing. With all of this stress going on, and I got to tell you, my stress level is usually running about 2, 3. With this job interview thing and everything that was going on, my stress level went from there to, it was just off the scale. I was so stressed. And when you're stressed, the kids are hanging around. They don't know that why you're stressed, so you have to keep it all inside and go in the bathroom and scream at a pillow going, I'm so nervous. And then you come back out and you're calm, cool, and collected, and they're like, was that a sound, Mom? Yes, it was me screaming into a pillow, but you can't say that. You really can't say that. We're all nice and calm right now. But I got very little knitting done whatsoever. I was so stressed I couldn't knit. Yeah. Yep. Catherine and Lindsay are processing this right now. And they have a terrible look of fear on their face going, Mom, not knit. This is unreal. This is unheard of. This never happens. Normally when I'm stressed, I knit. I was beyond stressed. I was beyond knitting. I mahjonged. There's a mahjong app on my computer. I downloaded it. And I literally played game after game after game after game. And when this move is all done, I never want to see mahjong again. I don't want to see a tile. I don't want to hear any of the music that goes with the mahjong game. I don't even want to think about it. I want my knitting back. Before he left, I casted on a pair of socks for John. And I thought, I'll just knit on these socks and I'll be cool. I couldn't even look at the socks. I couldn't. I slept the whole entire time he was gone. I slept all of 6 hours because I couldn't shut my mind off. And that's not good. This really isn't. Good thing I didn't have to go anywhere. Anywhere. Monday I had a couple classes to teach, but they're very close. And everyone's like, oh, you look a little down, Michelle. I can't say anything because he's in the middle of the job interview. I talked to my knitting friends, but I couldn't say anything to anyone in El Paso because they just wouldn't understand. I have a knitting friend in El Paso, Izzy. I know she understood, and I talked to her through Plurk, so thank you for the support. Oh, if I did not have all the support on Plurk and Revelry messages, I would have been a puddle of goo. I would. I didn't. I drank chai, but not as much as I had. I drank Diet Cola. And I have to tell you, you can only drink so much of that stuff before your eyes go, ooh. Oh, cut this out. Not good for any of the body. But this is a knitting podcast, and I have to get back to it. And I got the sniffles still. I still can't hear you too much from this ear, so if you're, this part of town, don't talk on this side, talk on that side. Because I don't think I'm ever going to get that back. The pressure's gone, so that's a good thing. Okay, I have finished objects. I do. I did some finishing before John left. But since this, I have hardly hit anything. So in the weeks to come, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on my Even Star, my Leaves of Grass, and my Elizabeth shawl. But if you're expecting a lot of progress, ain't gonna happen. Now, I wanted to show you this project last week, so it's not this week's finished project, but I really, really wanted to share this with you. This is a pattern by Sarah Franklin. I loved every minute of knitting on this sweater. John was still home, and he gave me 2 thumbs up. He never does that. He'll go, oh, that's nice. He was looking at it, he goes, I really like that sweater. And he's like, you're going to make that for another baby, aren't you? And I said, yes, I am. I enjoyed every minute of knitting on this baby sweater. I have not put buttons on this sweater yet. I have not found buttons that I like enough to put on this sweater. Now, I've covered up my screen, so I really don't know what you can see and what you can't, so I'm going to put it here. I'm hoping that if I block off the screen, the glare in my glasses will go away, because it bugs me. But this is the Meadow Sweet cardigan, and I did this in the yellow. I love this yarn because it's super washable. Stuff washes like iron. Size 9 needles. I think it's 9 millimeters. Don't hold me to that because my brain is a pile of goo. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love the lace on the bottom. I love everything about this sweater. It makes me smile. I will knit this again. I have to take pictures of it today. I was going to take it outside and take pictures of it, but it's windy. It'll blow away. So it's going to be a photo shoot indoors today. Love this. Love this sweater. The next baby girl that I hear is being born will be getting this sweater. Oh, it was just such a fun knit. And the size 9 needles, I was ready to knit more, but it was done. I'm thinking like, maybe I should cast out another one. I have too much to do right now to cast out another one, but I will. I don't I don't know if I showed these socks last week, so I'm going to show them again. Okay. Here we go. There's one sock. There's another sock. I love it. I have the white sock, the white toe, the blue toe, blue heel, white heel. I have to tell you, these just make me giggle, and I need to giggle. There's really no pattern. They were on size 2.2, size 2 double points, and this is stretchy yarn that I got from the lovely Jackie Knits. And oh my goodness, I see another pair in my future. I really do. What I had done was I did the toe, and I did 2 white, 8 blue, 3 white, and I just decreased and increased to do the striping. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. If you want the numbers on how I did this, please private message me. I will be more than happy to write down how many rows of each that you do. Fun. Oh my goodness. I might cast on another pair real soon because this was a lot of fun. And I'm thinking if I have like a little bit of one yarn, a sock yarn left over, and I don't want to do all of it hexapuffs, I could do this with multicolor yarns. More experiments in my future. So there we go. I got another pair of stretchy socks done. I have to sew the cuff down, which will be when I finish the next pair. I like to do a couple pairs of socks at the same time. Get my sewing mojo out. I had one done last week. This is Patton's stretch sock. I got this from the lovely Jackie Knits also. I love knitting with this. This is good. These socks are going to be on my feet all summer long. They are so soft. This is Patton's stretch sock, and it's mineral. I love these. I have two. I was just going to show you one and say I got two done, but trust but verify. 2 socks. 2 socks. Woohoo. Done. And they will all be ready, and I'll probably have them on my feet as soon as the next project's done. Okay. These are the socks that I casted on. When the day before John left, I cast them on. I have to weave in the end. Don't judge. And it is just a simple cable up the side. And I'm knitting it for the cuff down. Okay, let's wait for Catherine Lindsay to get back up on the chair. Yes. Are you up yet? I hardly ever do cuff down socks since I love toe up so much. But I wanted the cuff to be stretchy. Sorry, I just needed I need to try. But I wanted that stretch. And that's the only way that I know to get it is cuff down. Now, I had this done. All but the Kitchener stitch. And something told me, stop! So I did. And when John got home Monday night, I said, give me your foot, I need to try a sock on. And he was like, what? I said, give me your foot, I need to try a sock on. It was too short. So I tinked back, and I'm re-knitting the toe. And since I'm using my double points on this one, I pulled out my 2 circulars. I still don't like it. But it helped me in the pinch, so I'm going to shut up about it and just do it. I have 4 more rows on this toe. I'll Kitchener stitch the toe up, and then I'll work on the other one. I should have it done next week, because this is about all the knitting I can handle today. What's coming up for me? I need to go through every closet in this house, every cupboard, and if I haven't touched it in 3 years, I guess I really don't need it, so it's gonna go adios. My knitting time used to be, I had substantial knitting time because I got all my chores worked in, and I still, could knit a good stitch in. It is being cut in half, so I'm not going to get a lot of knitting done, but I am going to have this house ready. Okay, some things that I need to mention. Just a second, I need to be able to hear. Oh, John's socks are from Patton's Croy socks, which I love Croy socks. They're a go-to sock yarn for me. And the Gentry Gray, ooh, and I got this yarn from the lovely Jackie Knits. So it was nice having comfort knitting, and saved my life big time. Saved my life. So some things that I really need to mention. If you have any projects for autism awareness on your needles, please wrap them up. Don't ask me. I'll probably give you a till the weekend. It'll probably the first weekend in May, and I have it. When Lindsay comes home, we'll do the drawings then. She comes home on the 7th. So you have until the 7th to get all your projects in. We're going to give you a little extra time because I haven't been able to podcast. Just going to give you a little bit longer time. We have a skein of scarf yarn. We have 2 double point needle protectors. And I'm thinking some stitch markers. I'm still working on that. And a couple patterns. So please wrap up all of your patterns and get them into the thread. I'll give you a little bit warning next Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll go from there. If you need any information, please go to Pen, Hook, and Needles Ravelry page, and they have all the information so well laid out. I am not duplicating work that's done perfectly. I'm just not going to. They did it fabulously. And if you are not watching Pen, Hook, and Needles, come join me, watch the podcast. They're wonderful. They make me laugh and they make me smile. So there you go. Another note. There is a podcast I watch, and I got a message from Vicki Dragonfly asking me to promote the Cystic Fibrosis Walk. You know what, with John losing his job, our money is really tight. Tight. But I'm digging out my pennies and scalping some from my grocery shopping fund, and with the kids' blessing, because I asked the kids, I said, what would you think about this? And they said, we have to do this, Mom. My kids, who never volunteered to touch any of the grocery budget, said, let's make this happen, Mom. You know, if we have to have a cheaper school snack, let's do it. I'm pretty proud of them saying, let's do it. So, she is asking for donations for the Cystic Fibrosis Walk. It is a great cause. If you have ever known anyone with cystic fibrosis, you know it's a hideous disease. And if you don't know it's a hideous disease, I'm going to tell you, it is hideous. In my lifetime, I have known 2 children that succumbed to the disease. And it broke my heart. This disease is close to my heart. And if the money that we raise and we donate leads to a cure or a better treatment, I think it's money well worth spent. It is a hideous disease. So open up your hearts. Go over to Dragonfly's Ravelry page. Go read all the information. She has laid it out so well. If you watch this podcast and you want to private message me and say any suggestions, please do. I will be happy to reply to anyone with a question. The best person to talk to about this is Vicki. She is very knowledgeable about it, and she is one fantastic young lady. So, 2 things going on. Autism awareness, we're wrapping that up. And cystic fibrosis, it's, I think, either the 1st or 2nd week of May. I am getting my donation in. I'm getting it in very soon. When I talked to John about it, he just said, we'll make it happen. We'll make the donation. So there you go. So, oh my goodness. Oh! Oops. I forgot Unfinished Object. This is the Lee by Carissa Chang. And the yarn is holiday yarn. And the colorway is Rose Garden. And I did it on size 4 needles instead of size 6. I finished it up. It does not go with my shirt. I know. You know. I wanted to wear it so I wouldn't forget to tell you about it. There we go. I need to get going. I hear Claus is going, come sort me out. But I wanted to get this podcast in before I started tearing apart the house. Please have a wonderful day, And don't forget to hug someone that you love. Show them, tell them. It never hurts. And it might bring a smile to someone's face. I will see you next Wednesday/Thursday. It will be Wednesday. It will be. It'll be Wednesday. Before I go to knitting, I will podcast. Cheers. Lindsay's on Friday/Saturday, since I am taking up her downloading time. Catherine is Monday, so I think we're back on track. I'm hoping. Maybe the caffeine's going to kick in and I'm just going to get moving. Thank you again to everyone on Plurk for holding my hand. Thank you for all the well wishes and all the prayers. Prayers do work. I appreciate each and every one of you. But I am sure you got things to do and I have things to do. Gotta get moving. Take care, everybody. See you next Wednesday.